Hi, my name is Brooke Littman.
And I'm Dr. Deb Littman.
And this is Wine Together,
a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat. Because we drink wine like regular people, with food, opinions, and absolutely zero pressure to sound fancy.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready. Oh, it's fine. It's just... Alright.
Saute. If you saw the Instagram post and you heard what we just said to each other, you realize we are drinking something from Portugal. Every time I hear that country, of course, there's one person that we think of, our friend Raphael. You've seen him on here a couple of times if you've kept up with our podcast. And he was just recently in Portugal, and so we, thought about, we should have port. So this kind of brought me to, when would you drink, such a sweet wine? Because we'd had that sweet Swiss wine recently.
Mm-hmm.
And, your dad loves port. I don't know if you know this. He absolutely has always loved port. And, it's taken me several years to be able to say, I like port.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so let's get to the first taste and let's find out what Brooke thinks of port.
Yeah.
What do you taste?
It is very sweet. It's helping my stomach a little bit. I wouldn't drink more than like one glass at a time, I don't think.
I agree, yeah.
I think I couldn't drink more than one glass, yeah. And I like the little glasses that we have.
Yeah,
so.
we have little, glasses that we use for like port or cognac. And so yeah, with a cute little globe.
I think I like cognac a little bit better.
Okay, and so that's a good comparison. I'm glad you brought that up. Cognac to me has that burn of alcohol, which I kind of like. I love my bourbon. I love whiskey. I like that alcohol burn. I just do. Port does not have that, even though it's high in alcohol. Has a high alcohol content, but it's definitely a wine that's meant for after meals.
Yeah.
And so with dessert.
It's like supposed to aid in digestion or something, right?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read that. I've heard
I
that
don't
before,
know.
but I didn't read it anywhere.
I know, maybe
I kind of looked, but I've definitely heard that for all of our European friends. I don't care.
Sorry, I'm gonna
where
move my
in Europe they're from.
Because then you.
I'll move that. I'll just try to keep it over here. Sorry. I don't care where in Europe they're from. Every European that I know says to me, you're supposed to drink some kind of alcohol after your meals. And, someone who comes from the southern United States, at first you see I'm laughing about it now. At first I really laughed about it and I thought, no, that's just, what you've been taught. And I still haven't read anything, definitive about that. But a lot of Europeans do believe, you have that shot of alcohol after a rich meal, heavy meal, and it just kind of helps out.
It's kind of weird because, alcohol keeps your body from breaking down like the nutrients in your food because it has to focus on breaking down the alcohol first.
Yes, exactly. So it does seem kind of like
counterproductive.
Yeah, but, but I will say when I have a fatty steak or which I don't eat steak often, so just say when I have a steak it kind of sounds like I eat it a lot, but I don't. I do want a Cab Sav or some kind of wine, but we're talking about dessert wines, and port is very sweet. I taste a really strong sweet cherries. I love cherries, so this of course this is a wine that I really like. I don't taste like, we had that sweet strawberry wine not too long ago. And you could kind of taste the strawberries, blueberries, kind of a mix of berries. And it was good. I definitely would have put that with, and we talked about that, we put it with dessert. And this is what I learned about wine and desserts. It is okay to have wine with desserts. However, for a wine to be, taste good, It needs to be as sweet or sweeter than the dessert that you choose. And so that was we definitely made that work with the pairing that we did. And Brooke's going to talk about this in just a minute. But this 100%, it's sweeter than the dessert that we chose to pair it with. But here's what I want to talk about, because I don't want to. Okay, I'm so afraid to bring this up, but I just felt like I just really wanted to talk about it on this particular podcast. Okay, so talking about wine with dessert, I've been to an event where it was called a pairing event, and it was 5-course meal, and each course had its own wine pairings. And you kind of pay for these events. Now, this is at a particular resort that we have spent a few times at. Obviously more than once, because we went twice. Anyway, the first time we went to this pairing event, we didn't know what to expect. And so there was one vineyard that offered all the pairings. So one vineyard that had all these different wines that paired with all these different courses. And so I cannot remember any of them. I do know that we purchased some bottles that we really enjoyed with some of the pairings, with some of the courses. Because that's what these events are for, to kind of introduce you to the wines. And then, of course, they try to sell you the wines. And so we did buy a couple of bottles. And I loved this event. So the next time we were at that resort, I think it was a few years later, we went again. And the second time, we got seated at the chef's table. So we really got to ask lots of questions about why, he felt like, certain wines paired well. And he was honest. He says, look, I'm not the sommelier, but I know what I like. And so I would say, this is the one I'm going to use in this meal if he was cooking with wine. And so they kind of got, they feed off of each other to figure out what wine they're going to put with, which course. Anyway, I just assumed, this is so stupid, but I assumed that if you went to a Michelin star restaurant that has different courses, that a pairing would be automatic. Okay, so the first time I ever ate at a Michelin star restaurant, and we chose the 4-course meal, I just assumed there were going to be different wines with each course. There wasn't. They offered us Prosecco at the beginning, which, of course, I said yes, because, I like my Prosecco with some fruit and cheese. And anyway, then they just let us choose our wine, and it was the one glass for the whole, even through dessert. And so I thought, is this what Michelin star restaurants are like? They're really just focused on the food. So I assume that's true. So I prefer a pairing event as opposed to a Michelin starred restaurant.
Okay.
Can you believe that? Because I love good food. Don't get me wrong. I love to eat good food.
I've never been to a pairing event, so.
Okay. So that's something you and I will have to try to figure out where we can find one, because I would love for you to experience that, because it's so much fun. Well, one, you get to drink a lot of wine.
Yeah.
That's why I love it.
Yeah.
But, still, it's just small glasses, and then, of course, you get to keep one of the glasses. And that was so nice. I think we kept the dessert wine glasses when we went. But anyway.
That's not what these are from.
No, it's not. These are the ones you picked up off the street here.
Oh, okay.
Gratis Mitsune. But anyway, they're different. They're two different events. And I don't know why I was so naive to think, oh, Michelin star restaurant, oh, I can't wait. And it was just the one glass of wine, except for the Prosecco they offered at the beginning. So anyway, So if you don't want the Prosecco at the beginning, you can save that $50 for the 2 glasses of Prosecco.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just saying. But you have been to a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Yes, I have.
and it was, it's so funny because the courses are so small.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, the first time I ever went, I thought, I'm going to leave here hungry, but I didn't. Even though the courses are small, I was so completely satiated
Mm-hmm.
satiated at the end of that, that, maybe it was that big glass of red wine that I had to make last through 3 courses.
I mean, they don't let you choose the vegetables you get, and like it was like cauliflower that one time, and I don't like cauliflower.
Yeah,
it's like one of the like 4 vegetables I don't like. It's one of those 4.
Yeah, but like, that's such a versatile veggie to cook with.
I didn't try it. It's not like I didn't try it. I just
so I think that's why a lot of chefs choose it, because it's so versatile. And honestly, if you put enough garlic and butter in it, I love cauliflower. But I like cauliflower anyway. And here, there's this farm close by that has those colored cauliflowers. I can't remember what time of the year. Is it spring that we get those? The purple, orange, yellow, is it purple, orange, light green, and white, I think. Anyway, for like our spring or summer parties. And anyway, that's what. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of, whatever. But anyway, so make sure your dessert wine is sweeter or as sweet as your dessert. So tell me, Brooke, what dessert did you choose for us to have this sweet cherry port with?
I had looked up like what desserts you should pair with your ports, and it actually gave me a list of different types of ports to pair with different desserts.
There were different types of ports?
Yes, there are different types of ports.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta tell me this.
And so I don't think I have the website open anymore on my phone, but it was really interesting. There are different types of ports, and then I was looking at like the kind of list of foods of desserts they had, and it seemed like, like dark chocolate, some cherry, some like strawberry, whatever. And I don't like baking, so I was like, I'm not gonna bake anything, so I have a limited selection of what I can pick. And so I kind of thought of like the desserts I can choose from the grocery store here that kind of had these elements. And the one thing that I really thought was like the only thing that kind of worked was the Black Forest cake. Plus, that's my favorite.
That works, right?
Yeah. And so it was.
So tell me what is in Black Forest cake?
Okay, so it's like a black sponge cake.
Yes.
Black sponge cake. A chocolate sponge cake. Black Forest, close enough. A chocolate sponge cake. I had a really long run today. It was a chocolate sponge cake with like cream around it. Like it's not buttercream. It's something like
it's just it's like a whipped,
and inside there's some more of that like whipped cream and some like cherry, like some actual cherries, and then like cherry sauce kind of, and then on the outside it's covered in chocolate sprinkles.
Yep, with that cream.
With the cream.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
It is so delicious.
Anyway, so.
But it's not overly sweet.
No, it's not super sweet, which is really, really good. Anyway, so when I was looking for the port, though, because I had already bought the cake.
Because you knew that's what you wanted.
Yeah. And so I go to look for the port, and I can't find it because I'm looking with the wines. So I am in the grocery, or like in the store, and I'm like searching what else goes with Black Forest cake because I can't find port.
Yeah.
And so it gave me some ideas. Right, so I was able to find stuff, and then I saw on another website that the specific port that goes with Black Forest cake is ruby port.
Okay.
I don't know if this is ruby port, but
Tawny.
Here you can. Oh, then it's not. That is a type of port also.
Okay.
You can't find You're not necessarily going to find different ports. Like you get what you get. Mm-hmm. Basically, there were 3 types of ports when I finally found them. They were not with the wine.
Where were they?
They were with the liquor. And they were on the bottom, too. Like, I easily could have just missed it.
Bottom shelf, baby.
And it was, like, bottom, like...
I like that price range.
In the corner. Like, oh, well, they were expensive, I think. Like, they were just, like, in the corner. And, like, on the bottom, you can easily miss them. I was standing in line waiting to check out, and then I saw it. So I had to get out of line and, like, go behind this guy that, like, at least the guy in front of me, he was only buying cigarettes. So he didn't have anything. But, yeah, I saw it, and I was like, oh, jeez, well, there it is. Anyway, so I finally was able to get the port, and I think it went really well with the cake.
Where did you find the port? What store?
At Denner.
Denner. Okay, that makes sense. Who is, by the way, was one of the main sponsors of the men's World Cup hockey.
Yeah, for the hockey
Denner
World
was
Cup.
one of the main sponsors. So I am so sorry. I keep coughing.
No,
but so yeah, you know, we kind of enjoyed that while it lasted. Well, this was definitely sweeter than the cake. And that's one thing I love about Black Forest cake, because of course, I love the fresh cherries in it. But I love that the cake, the sponge cake, is almost like when I was a kid, what we would call German chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Which is like
that
a
was okay.
sweet.
So that was specifically one of the pairings I saw on the website for port. But
I can see that.
I was like, I can't find that here. And that's kind of what gave me the idea for the Black Forest cake.
You know what would be very close to that? I know you don't want to try it. But that nougat cake that your dad and I are so crazy about.
Doesn't it have almonds on it?
Well, it is crushed some kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Not the pecans like a German chocolate cake would be. But yeah, it does have crushed nuts on it. But that would be so good with this. But, you know, because to us, that's very close to the German chocolate cake that we, you know, had when we were kids in the U.S. So I love German chocolate cake because I love the semi-sweet chocolate baked into a cake. Don't get me wrong, people. I love devil's food cake. I am a Southern girl completely at heart. I love my favorite cake growing up for my birthday was devil's food cake with buttercream frosting. And my mother would make that for me every year on my birthday. I love devil's food cake, but it is much sweeter than this chocolate sponge cake that we have here. And so this port is perfect. I think, honestly, the cake I love for my birthday, the devil's food cake with the buttercream frosting, would be too sweet for even the port. So I'd probably have to have, you know, something more alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like a bourbon or some whiskey.
I like you know, the pie that's like the German chocolate pie. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
your
really good.
dad loves that.
You know, I would kind of want to try grasshopper pie with this.
Oh yeah, it's grasshopper pie is a little sweeter than the German chocolate cream pie, but
I think
it still would be good because of that chocolate crust. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think grasshopper pie would be really good with this. So, you know, we'll just have to get more port from Portugal or the bottom shelf.
Well, I mean, we have plenty.
So
like,
you were saying it was on the bottom shelf, but it was expensive. How
it
much
was like
did you
11 francs for the bottle. That was the cheapest one, too.
God.
That was the
I don't
cheapest
think we
one.
paid that much for a bottle of wine that we've drank on it.
No.
We're going to have like 5 episodes to make up for that.
Yeah.
Right?
But, I mean, it was a big bottle, though.
It is a big bottle.
Yeah.
And like I said, your dad loves it. And we haven't had port in the apartment, gosh, in about a year.
Yeah.
And I kept meaning, but it's because our Aldi closed. And that's where I would always go to his port was from Aldi, and Aldi closed. The one, not
the one close.
The one close to us that was so convenient because it was right at the train station. It closed, and so I've just been, having my Aldi withdrawal. But eventually, sometimes we go. You and I'll go the long distance and go to the Aldi. But,
well, we go up to the Lidl.
Yeah, we do go to Lidl.
I learned that the Aldi is only like 5 kilometers away, or just over 5 kilometers away from here.
Yeah,
because I went on my long run last weekend, or before, and I went all the way up there.
You did go up through there?
I didn't go to the Aldi, but I got to that bus stop that's near.
But it is kind of inconvenient.
It is
even
so
though it's
inconvenient.
Not that far.
But there's like one bus that goes there, and it only goes once an hour.
I know.
So you have to time it so that you can take it back. But the one that goes back goes at the same time as the one that goes to.
Yeah, and which it wouldn't be bad because we could go all the way up to Ladendorf, walk back down to the Aldi if we timed it right.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about
the one by the river.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that one.
No, it's only like 5 kilometers away.
Okay. Well,
because that's where I had to figure out how to get another 3 kilometers out of my run.
Well, you could go up that hill to the horse farm from there, but
From
that's a
there?
steep hill. Oh, it's steep.
Yeah, I know. I was avoiding going up the hill of the Amtausplatz. I was not gonna go up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went across the
Yep.
bridge, went towards the Schwimmbad.
Yeah. Well, I think you picked a great dessert to go with this port. I think the tawny port is good. I like this. I love the cherries. So, I had cherries in my cake and cherry flavor in my port. And yeah, I mean, it was funny because I did tell you guys, so, how much port was in that glass? Because, I didn't think I had poured that much.
Yeah.
But I just had a buzz after the cake and the one glass.
It's got a lot of alcohol in it.
So, and that's what he said. He said, port's kind of got a lot of alcohol in it. He said, it's like 14, 15%.
Well, this one is 19%.
No wonder I had a buzz last night because I drank it kind of fast because I was drinking it with my cake as opposed to here where we're sipping and talking.
That's why I had to drink the white wine after because I was like, I need something not as sweet.
I know, but I had already had the buzz and you were like, white wine? I was like, okay.
I poured the glass so big, I'm so sorry.
Yes, and it was funny because, it took me a while to finish that white wine after that. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm kind of tired. But we had one of those shop till you drop days yesterday.
Oh God, it was so busy.
Wow, I was wiped out yesterday. It was supposed to be my rest day. No, today was no better. I ran too fast on my run. And now I've got cleaning to do.
I know. I have to make my bed because I just washed all my sheets, and now I have to do the literal hard physical labor of putting my sheets back on my bed. Because I have a loft bed, so I have to. I think I might just take my mattress off my bed and put the sheets on, and then put it back on.
But there you go. You could do that.
The fitted sheets.
You could do that. Which means we got to go. So, because we have lots to do. But, we appreciate, your time.
Yep. We'll be back next week with a new wine and a new food pairing. In the meantime, if you want to join the conversation, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Wine Together Pod. Join our Facebook group, Wine Together Podcast. And if you don't want to miss out on our regular weekly episodes along with all of our bonus content, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, as well as liking, subscribing, and commenting on our YouTube, Wine Together Podcast.